Hello, I'm David Rose, and here's a look at some of the cases featured this weekend on Washington's Most Wanted with Crime Stoppers, starting with the hunt for this high-risk child predator who goes by the nickname Baby Devil. Another alias is Casper, like the ghost. And that's what Timothy McCamey has been since he cut off his GPS tracker. Department of Corrections has been looking for him for escape. And now you can help the Snohomish County Violent Offender Task Force track down this level 3 sex offender. Now, detectives say McCamey is homeless. He's known to hang out in the Everett, Marysville, and Arlington areas. Casper is a lifelong predator with convictions for child molestation in 1992, 1998, and 2003. He's also been busted for unlawful imprisonment with sexual motivation in 1995. And he's been convicted of failing to register as a sex offender 3 times. One of his child victims was a 5-year-old girl that he played doctor with. Another was an 8-year-old girl he held hostage in a laundry room and told her to take off her clothes. He was 15 at the time. He also pled guilty to sexually assaulting 12 and 14-year-old girls together in a motel room when he was 18 years old.
He was in jail, and a judge granted a temporary release order for him on March 30th. He was released with an ankle bracelet, and he has since cut that ankle bracelet off.
So Baby Devil cannot follow the rules, and he needs to go back to jail. He goes by the fake last names Fitzgerald and Fox, and the fake first names Greg and Theo. The guys like this keep me up at night knowing they're out there on the street. And they should, you too. He needs to be caught. He's 40 years old, 5'11", weighs 197 pounds. He has JLM and 8306 tattooed on his upper right arm. He's got several dots on his upper left arm. If you know where this useless, high-risk sex offender is hiding, use the P3 Tips app on your cell phone. Submit that information right now to Crime Stoppers at Puget Sound or call the 1-800-222-TIPS hotline. It's anonymous. You're going to get a cash reward of up to $1,000 if you can help catch Casper. I've been trying to escape from this for so long, and I just don't know how. Those are the words of a woman battered by a convicted domestic violence offender, both physically and psychologically, for years. And that's what she told Federal Way Police when they arrived at her apartment door in April to respond to a 911 call from a neighbor who heard arguing and yelling coming from the victim's apartment. Officers say the victim was crying and asking for protection from her abusive boyfriend, Deante Daniels, who is wanted tonight in King County for violating a no-contact order. It is the 6th protection order slapped against him over the years. The victim told police that Daniels pushed her in the face, knocking off her glasses, then pushed her in the chest, causing her to stumble.
The suspect fled the scene prior to police arrival, and he was never located. A little bit of history on Deante Daniels. He has at least 20 domestic violence assaults that have occurred that were never reported to the police. So the prosecutor's office asked for a high bail, and they set bail at $250,000 because of his long criminal history and the danger to the victim. The victim's reported to police now that she feels like the suspect may be stalking her, watching her, and he also has a DOC escape warrant as well. So we're having a really hard time finding him.
Well, Daniels' rap sheet includes convictions for violating domestic violence court orders, attempting to elude police, Department of Corrections escape, and a slew of driving-related crimes, including 2 DUIs. Deante Daniels is 33 years old, 6 feet tall, weighs 140 pounds. If you can tell deputies where to find him, you're going to get a cash reward of up to $1,000. It's anonymous. Submit the tip through the P3 Tips app on your cell phone or call 1-800-222-TIPS. Thieves, I know you get frustrated, and I can't stand them either. And when they're smirking and smiling like this chump is as he's getting away with the goods, it's even more infuriating. So let's help Lakewood police get this guy identified before he's pulling off another bold grab-and-go theft like he did at the Lowe's on 100th Street Southwest and Lakewood Drive Southwest on February 27th.
On the video, you have probably about a dozen different camera angles of the suspect entering the business through the front doors, going to the tool area, and then running out the business with the piece of equipment that he grabbed. We're needing the public's help in identifying this person so that we can help apprehend him and hold him accountable.
Well, you can see the sleeves of tattoos he has on both of his arms. That's got to help somebody watching tonight know who he is. But the best look at him is in this photo when detectives say he was caught on camera casing the place beforehand. He's wearing different clothes. You can see he's got a goatee and gauged ears. Those ears look kind of pointy, like a nasty little sticky-fingered elf. You can tell Lakewood police what his name is, or any information to help find him. You will remain anonymous. Submit it through Crime Stoppers of Tacoma Pierce County. Get that cash reward of up to $1,000. Use the P3 Tips app on your cell phone or call the hotline at 1-800-222-TIPS. Tonight, the Puget Sound Auto Theft Task Force is asking for your help to catch a suspect accused in the theft of a car containing the cremated remains of a loved one. Take a look at 29-year-old Dennis B. Anderson III. He has a warrant for his arrest for trafficking in stolen property and a Department of Corrections warrant for escape from community custody. Detectives say he was involved in the theft of this 2017 Audi RS7 from a garage in Auburn on March 6th. The family who owns it had been preparing for a funeral and left the remains inside. The car was later recovered on March 25th near 1610 Wright Avenue in Tacoma, but the remains were gone and the seats, seat belts, and door speakers had all been stripped from the car. Detectives say they identified Anderson as a suspect in the case, and they now need your help to find him. So if you know where he's staying, submit an anonymous tip to Crime Stoppers of Puget Sound for a cash reward of up to $1,000. You can call the hotline or use the P3 Tips app on your cell phone. Part of the beauty of antiques is the connection to our past, and those who preserve that history deserve our appreciation, not to be victims of crime. So tonight, Snohomish police are asking for your help to identify this crook who broke into a store on an historic street in the center of town. A longtime member of the business community, cherished for its reminders of a simpler time.
This one was built from the ground up. You couldn't buy a kit.
Eamon Puzzo says he bought a large collection of model airplanes.
And over here is a P-38 Lightning.
Right before the pandemic hit.
I kind of really went all out buying this stuff, but it really classes up the store and gives guys something to look at while their wives are looking around for more practical things.
Snohomish is a destination place for antique lovers. Puzzo has been selling these pieces of nostalgia at his store on First Avenue since 2003.
I have a lot of people that come in here that aren't interested in antiques at all, but they just love to see the stuff.
So it was especially upsetting when this crook took a rock and smashed the glass on his door.
When he smashed the glass, he ducked, and he had one of those like flagman jackets on with the yellow stripes to protect himself from when the glass exploded. So he's done it before. That guy has really had a lot of nerve, I'll tell you.
Bold maybe, but not a lot of brains. The video shows him climb up and steal one of the large radio-controlled airplanes worth $1,200. But then his getaway plan went sideways.
Unfortunately, he was unable to open the door, so as he was trying to get out of the glass door, he actually smashed the airplane pretty much in half before he took off with it and ran off.
The suspect hadn't counted on the plane's 7-foot wingspan.
He broke it up in 20 pieces getting it out the door. He still had a cigarette in his mouth.
He definitely lowered the value. The plane itself was appraised at over $1,000 beforehand. Now, obviously, depending on the circumstances of how badly he destroyed it, he very easily could walk away with nothing unless it was able to be repaired.
Police are hoping this surveillance video helps someone recognize the suspect who took off in a black 2000s Toyota Tundra, pulling a U-Haul.
We are here to support our businesses here, and we really want to make sure that we can let them know that if you try and victimize Snohomish businesses, we're gonna come after you.
So whether somebody paid the crook to steal the plane or he just saw it through the window, Puzzo is still out $1,000 to fix the glass on his door.
Anyway, it's bound to happen. You're in business. This is part of what happens. This one's pretty bizarre, though.
Here is one more look at the mastermind in action as he tries really hard to steal that model airplane. That's going to take a lot of super glue. I'd be shocked if that thing ever flies again. Somebody put a lot of work into building it, only to have it stolen and destroyed. At least gave us a pretty good look at his face. So if you know this thief's name, submit an anonymous tip to Crime Stoppers of Puget Sound and get that cash reward of up to $1,000. And that's just a preview of the cases featured this weekend on Washington's Most Wanted. So I hope you'll join us for the rest tonight at 11 on Q13 Fox, tomorrow night at 9:30 on Joe TV, and again at 10:30 on Q13. And Washington's Most Wanted airs at 10:30 Saturday night on Fox TV stations in Spokane, Yakima, and the Tri-Cities. Let's make sure these creeps have nowhere left to hide.